Well, everybody, it's Awestruck Comics Podcast. So, everyone, check out the best overlooked, underlooked, over/under. The over/under video is doing pretty well for 2025 books. Pretty fun combo. Nice and tight. Pretty cool. Happy New Year, everybody. Kicking off the year. We got a little news this week. Little news,
Very,
a little bit,
very little.
very
Because
little. So
everyone's
we'll,
everyone's on vacation, everyone's doing their Christmas thing, their New Year's thing, and nobody wants to talk. Because let's say if you announce something this week, nobody cares.
right.
So, but give it a week or two, we'll probably get a plethora of new stuff to talk
A
about. By the way, I said
plethora.
plethora. I said plethora twice.
That's
In
good.
the it's a word I thought was cool. But when I do re-listen to our shows to try to
Say a
improve
lot.
it, try to sound better, and I said plethora. I'm like, oh yeah, that's cool. And then like 20 minutes later, I use it again. I'm like. And when you have normal conversations with people, people often repeat themselves. But it was just funny for me to like use a word that I don't use that often, and then I use it again.
Yeah, you love it.
I do. I love a plethora of things to say.
You love it. Well, this week we have just a handful, maybe not a plethora, but a handful.
No, it is a
Handful of news.
is a
Um,
minuscule amount of news.
so I guess Jim Lee was in Korea, in South Korea. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Jim Lee has money to travel the world.
Yeah.
It's because what else is he going to do? Draw Hush.
Yeah, he's not
So
going to draw Hattush.
he
He's not
is
going to
from
finish that off
Korea.
on time.
He
Yeah.
is from Korea, and I think he moved to America at age 6. So
And then was pressured to go into medical school. And then he's like, I like drawing stuff. And then his
he,
parents said, You're an idiot, and yelled at him.
and then he
So
made more money than a doctor ever could.
pretty much, yes, absolutely.
So he's like, F you, parents.
It's funny so what's on the screen here is we have a so like to me when I think of drink and draw, I guess I think of like the drink and draws that like Panosian does and that everyone's on Zoom, right? Like so
Yeah,
it's not
right, right.
it doesn't
Eric
seem like
Powell
it's
or whatever these guys,
special.
yeah.
This was an in-person drink and draw at like a cafe in Seoul. So that's pretty fun. And then yeah, they raise money for Korean charities. We don't really know the origins of why Bob Layton is in Korea. Um don't know.
You know
Uh
what? Sometimes people go on vacation and they just find something comfortable about that. I know you and I had a discussion earlier. Thailand has a huge expatriate community of Americans. And it's very American. They have American restaurants. So, I mean, Seoul, Korea is pretty awesome looking. You see in
yeah,
videos, you see in the movies, everything's awesome. Everything looks cool. You know, the whole country's not like that, but Seoul definitely is.
look, if he can make a living, these retired older guys that were, big in the 70s, early 80s, like, and I guess some of the 90s, like Leighton has a little bit of like creating, I guess, X Man of War, but like there's not going to be royalties on that stuff. It's not going to be something that he's not making Iron Man royalties. He made no money on the Iron Man movie, I'm sure, or one of those like $2,000 checks that they give out, if that's even a thing. I think that's more DC. DC gives
DC gives
preemptive
out more
money.
money.
Yeah, they give out preemptive money, and then so just a mess, just a mess, just a mess of a whole situation. But it's funny when I scanned down to this, I was like, oh, this is a drawing from
He,
1996, not 2026. But that's cool though. Like to me, like that's fun that it's like that consistent. You know what I mean? Like that's pretty fun. So
yes. So that's cool. Yeah, seeing Bob Layton draw Spartan. We always think about Deathmate and that people always complain, oh, Deathmate, it was so late. Like, was it really that late? I know it was a little late, but like people like really complain like it was years late. I'm like, I don't think so. I think it all came out within, months. It might have been late, but it wasn't like tragically late. I don't have
mhm.
the dates to back that up, but I don't know. Like I came out of it. Deathmate wasn't as good as it could have been, but it was pretty awesome still.
It doesn't. It's funny. Like I think my reflection on Deathmate, it is weird because I feel like they all came out at different times, right? So you have
Mhm.
the opener. Um, And then you have like, did what came out last?
I don't know
Did
if Deathmate Red came out last or they actually put the epilogue out last. I
right? I'm
don't
not sure
remember.
either. Yeah, I feel like the
But
red was
Deathmate
super late.
Black was, yeah, but Deathmate Black was pretty late too. The Valiant
Right.
stuff came out on time. Kudos to them. But also, kind of look at the Valiant ones. It's like, oh, Don Perlin was slowing us down.
Yeah, they
I
all
don't know.
came out on time. You're like, I guess, but I don't want to read those. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, the one thing with Deathmate Red that I know you've talked about a couple different times is you just need to just make that like Youngblood continuity and just switch out
The first 20 pages of
Bloodshot.
that, the first 20 pages of Deathmate Red is an incredible Youngblood story.
Because that's right
That
around Youngblood 6 time. Is that like
yes,
the
it
jump?
it's right before
AKA
Youngblood
Pat
6.
always talks about that. That's the jump of like Liefeld's, where I think he gets Miki as an inker. It jumps, his art
Right.
jumps a pretty
And
big
I think Kiko colors it.
space. Yeah. So it's a big
So
jump, you know.
so I, as a fan, said, "Hey Rob, you should change this into take Bloodshot. Bloodshot's only in a couple panels
Mm,
for all of the Liefeld 20 pages. I said you could change that to Chapel pretty easily in colors." And Live was like, "Oh, I don't have the original art, but great idea." I sent it to Rob. I actually rescripted it and made it fit within Youngblood, in between Youngblood 5 and 6.
right.
So it still could happen. You can still mess with it. I mess with it from time to time. It
Yeah.
works. But like the rest of the book, and it's like what, a 64-page square bound comic. The rest of the book is just deep into Valiant stuff. But those 20 pages can be saved. And in fact, Liefeld's got the pages from the prologue, which are great. I mean, you could change that around too. That's actually got the Berserkers in the end of it. Berserkers.
Well, who drew the prologue? He did a couple pages in the prologue, four
It,
or
it
five
was half.
pages.
It was Jim Lee, inked by No, it was Winsor Smith, inked by Jim Lee, right? And then it
Yeah,
was
something like that.
Liefeld. Then it was Liefeld, inked by Layton and Extreme.
Right.
Hit Extreme guys ink a lot of it too. And what the epilogue was, what, Silvestri and Casada, right? Did the
Mhm.
epilogue?
I think that's right. I got to
I
go
forget.
through because I have to. The tough part with my collection, which we'll get into, and we're doing like a whole video, and my collection's so weird, is I don't know where to look for some of these. Matter of fact, I bought a Darker Image #1 this week in a dollar bin because I was like, I need three of these. You know what I mean? I need to put it in three separate
You do.
sections. So, uh,
And you need to buy three different cards to make sure.
yeah, I found two. Well, yeah, I only have, I guess I need to buy four. I don't know. I think I have one. I don't even know if I have a Darker Image now. I think maybe I just rebought it. So I think I had it in one collection and sold it with something. I don't even know.
I I have Darker Image 1, I have the ash can of it, and I have the black and white of it. And each one of them is signed by Liefeld, Lee, and Keith.
Oh wow.
Trifecta.
When Keith did stuff, she doesn't do anything.
Yes. Yeah, you're not going to get a lot of new Keith signatures anymore. The black and white
Yeah.
one's really neat looking. And in fact,
Yeah.
I think Liefeld used the black and white one, scanned it, and then had it colored. And he put out like a Blood Wolf special, like a
Mm.
con exclusive a couple years back.
Oh really?
Yeah. So it's just a Blood Wolf story in black and white, but also a Blood Wolf story recolored. It looks pretty cool.
Mm.
He
Yeah, I'm
actually
gonna
has a
look at
new
that.
Blood Wolf story. He's got a new Blood Wolf story that like he never released. I think it's Blood Wolf like fighting Trump. I think he
Oh
goes
boy.
like, which is funny. Like,
Oh,
I don't know, or a Trump like character. But he has the cover. I should send it to you. I'm gonna. I'm not going to, but I should.
the
Mix that in.
the Dice Latte Cafe. It just looks like a bodega. You know what I mean? I can't really. I know this is a screen cap. I don't know. I got to watch. I guess it's on something, right? I imagine it's on. It's gaming and comic shopping, but this like just looks like a straight up bodega, like having this like right here in like a menu.
You
Like,
think
what do you?
you think they called each other like, hey, let's both wear scarves.
I don't
Let's
know.
let's scarf it up.
Let's scarf it up. Maybe it's cold out. I don't know. Yeah, I gotta see if this was on. I imagine this maybe on,
Have you?
some type of YouTube or stream or something, right? I
You're
guess.
you're a scarf guy, right? You look like you'd wear a
I
scarf.
have one scarf.
Do you, do
That's
you
it.
wear it? Do you wear it out to look
Only
fancy?
with one jacket. My one jacket, I don't wear it out. So, but there's your standard Batman. Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine. It's good. That hardcore cover. I used to say hardcorpse because
Hard corpse.
we didn't know,
Yeah.
and Milligan was like, "It's hardcore." My dad would be upset because he's a
Is that a
Marine Corps
chromium or is
guy.
that's just a gatefold? I
Just a
don't see
gatefold.
that. I don't see that around. I need to get that for my, my Jim Lee collection. But yeah, that's cool. But I
Was
like
that
this
was
Spartan.
that
Like
was
I
that
don't
drawn
know
by
if
Lapham?
this is
Who drew
that.
that?
What's that?
Who drew
Hard
hardcore?
Corpse.
Hardcore.
Yeah, it could be Lapham. I feel like Lapham did a lot of #1s. He did Rise Zero. Like I
Yeah.
feel like they kind of used him, around. He was like their superstar artist. I think it's crazy that his first issue is like his first comic published issue is like Harbinger 1, which was a kind of a big seller. So
And remember that book was worth like $140,
yeah, yeah. Then they
and
have a
then you
trade.
could and then you could literally find it in a dollar bin, and
Right.
then it went back up in value because Valiant's got a hardcore following. A
Hard
hardcore.
corpse
I got a
following.
hardcore following.
Hard corpse following. So
I do
uh
kind of like that Leighton Spartan drawing.
I
Like it's
do.
cool that he chose. Yeah, Spartan. We don't see Spartan. Spartan's gone. Like
It's got the
Wildcats
Rye
is
Zero
like,
behind them. It's got the
look at that,
Rye.
dude.
I don't know if that's on
The
purpose or
Bloodshot. Yeah,
yeah, but that's not the Bloodshot or that's not the Rye. Uh, wait, I forget. Is Rye Bloodshot?
it's the future version of
It's the
Bloodshot,
future
right?
Bloodshot. Oh my God, so
It's not
stupid.
Bloodshot, but maybe it's a descendant. Um,
I give up, dude. I don't know. I give up. Uh, Comics giveaway day.
ugh, that's a mouthful,
It's terrible. I hate this. I
which your
hate this
girlfriend never
logo.
says.
I hate this logo right here.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate
bad.
that. It's green. It's a little better than the other one that was like a week or two ago. It's a little better, but uh, like just work a little harder. Like you don't need to put out a press release and put out these like fake not covers.
Yeah,
I
don't
like
give me
having the
logos.
yeah. You're giving me the logo. But you're going to tell me that Andrew Cranky. And I wonder if that. I know he's doing an issue of Mesh Universe. Is this a new issue? It doesn't really say if it's new and then it goes into that or if it's preview. I don't know. It used to be, so this is doing it right. I hate this free
Yeah, it looks
little,
bad too.
ugh. Like the Free Comic Day logo is a good fucking logo. And they
It
can't
is.
do it for what reason? They can't do it because Diamond owns it.
Yeah, because Diamond's mad at all these companies for leaving them.
Oh,
I guess if
man.
you're not Diamond exclusive, you can't, or not even exclusive. Just if you're not going it through Diamond, don't use their free comic book day
Yeah.
thing. Bad
Yeah, I
move.
don't know. Um, but like to me, if you're doing like Titan always does it right. They've done it right since they relaunched Conan with Free Comic Book Day. Basically, it was Conan Zero with Rob Delator. Is that 3 years ago? I guess three. Yeah, there's been three. This will be the fourth one. So they've always done it right. It's new content. Go read this. Go get that. And that was with I think the first that had Villarubia colors. Perfect introduction. Got me right back in the Conan, and I've been ridiculous ever since. Redonk. Redonkulous.
Yeah,
Let's see. This is pretty fun. Adam Pollina fell out of what's the last Adam Pollina work
I think
published?
like Hellhounds wasn't that his big image book before he like disappeared?
What was it called?
Hellhounds? It wasn't. It was like a one shot.
I don't
Um,
remember.
it's very. I think it's very movie pitch ish, but I remember like the dialogue
Gotta
was
find it.
like out of the panel, so I don't like that. You know
No.
what I mean? But
You mean like it was a
yeah,
panel and then they had stuff up top?
yeah,
Like,
up top or down below. I forget. And maybe like the gutters were black and the writing was in red. Maybe it wasn't. I didn't want a number two, and thankfully I didn't get one.
yeah, I guess when I think about the bad lettering and stuff like that, I think about like a lot of those DC source books when they were trying to be like real, or a lot of the new image source books like Stormwatch source book and Top Cow source books, like they always had like a weird off secondary color, and it's like you can't even read it. Like I think one or two of them just like, oh boy, this is
Yeah,
really hard to read. But we like Adam Polina, but this is looks like that's like looks like an animation style. This looks like literally like closer to like those character sketches we would see for like Don Bluth movies or early Disney movies.
yeah.
Even these are a little bit more extreme. Um, and this coming through Bad Idea. Uh, hmm. So
So did I ever
interesting.
tell you the Adam Pollina almost working for Extreme Studios story?
No, I
So
don't think
he
so.
goes to Extreme Studios and he's working on doing a book for Extreme. Liefeld's giving him a good deal, which Liefeld overpaid everyone back in the day. So Adam Pollina's like, "Hey, can I use your phone?" And Liefeld's like, "Yeah, sure." It's the time before cell phones. So somebody at Extreme Studios, I think Stevenson, hears him talking. He's like, "Yeah," he goes, "Extreme's got to pay me this much." So like Marvel's got to, pay me more. Like he wasn't actually he would have worked for Extreme, but he was basically using it as a ploy to get Marvel to pay him more to stay on X Force. So Liefeld's like, motherfucker, you know? So Liefeld's telling the story to Jeff Loeb one day, and Jeff Loeb starts laughing. Liefeld's like, what are you laughing at? He goes, I was the guy on the other end of that phone. He was calling me to talk to because he was working with Loeb on X Force. So that's funny. And that's before like Loeb and Liefeld became real tight. But I guess it worked out because Polina stayed with Marvel for a while.
Loeb scripted the Captain America run,
Yes.
and that was because Chuck Dixon said no. Is that right?
Chuck Dixon, yeah. Wade said no first, and then Chuck Dixon. Chuck Dixon actually came up with a whole plot for Liefeld. Liefeld said, "Here's what I want to do." Chuck Dixon goes, "Okay, so I'll do this much more." And Liefeld's like, No, I just want to do this. So, I mean, Dixon's like, I read his outline. It's pretty good,
Hmm.
but
Yeah, I think it's up online, but
yeah.
it's just funny that like but that Loeb relationship like lasted like a good amount of time, which is pretty cool. And then also pulled him into Coven and pulled him into
Oh yeah, he
Awesome
was
Universe
publisher.
and
He was
Mhm.
publisher of Awesome. Technically, that's the title he held, and they worked together afterwards. So, uh,
Then he came back with the Onslaught Unleashed. He scripted
Onslaught,
that.
that Onslaught Reborn miniseries
Reborn.
put a little, the Onslaught Reborn miniseries put a little Liefeld called out Loeb. Like that book was late, and everyone was blaming Liefeld. And Liefeld was like, "Listen, I'm just waiting for scripts here," and that pissed Loeb off because Loeb had like he didn't have a reputation for being late, but he really was like kind of like a last minute type of. He's a busy guy, super busy, doing
Yeah,
TV
we don't know
shows
where he was in that thing because remember he came from movies and TV shows. He wrote Commando. He wrote the Schwarzenegger movie Commando.
and Teen Wolf.
He wrote the first Teen Wolf.
Yeah,
Does he
interesting
own
story.
Teen Wolf? Like, does he
I
own?
don't know. I don't know if he owns it, but he wrote it.
Yeah.
They also came to him. Warner Brothers in 1989 came to him for a Flash movie. They were really pushing hard for a Flash movie, and he eventually opted out because he's like, "Listen, I don't have it. I don't have an image to do a Flash movie at that point in 1989." But then they end up just making a Flash TV show a year or two later anyway, which was good.
Yeah. Now
But
when
doing that Flash movie got him in with DC, and
to do
he
Challengers.
to do Challengers. Yeah,
Yeah. That's a pretty fun book. I haven't
it
read
is a
that in
fun
a long
book.
time. I don't know if they did like a deluxe edition of that thing, but that would be bad.
I know.
Um, yeah, because I think he created Loose Cannon with Lee Moder, but Loose Cannon miniseries came out because I saw Loose Cannon in something in a Superboy issue recently, and it said created by Jeff Loeb and Lee Moder. I'm like, Lee Moder. I'm like, why? Maybe Lee Moder was supposed to draw it because Loose Cannon showed up. I thought his first appearance was #1.
No, he first appeared in the Superman annual during Reign of the Supermen.
Oh,
I
that's
think
right.
he's is he purple on the cover jumping down? Which Superman is it? I think it's Eradicator Superman with the glasses.
So
That
maybe
that
Lee
was
Moder
that's
did that mini, or he did
he might have did annual.
that
It was
annual
a it was a
Bloodlines.
Bloodlines. It was the Bloodlines annual. Every annual had to have a new character. So Jeff Loeb and Lee Moder came up with Loose Cannon.
Was Gunfire in that, or Gunfire
Uh,
came out of Zero Hour?
Tough call.
Yeah, tough one.
Tough one. They were within a year or two
Still
of
more
each other.
work. Yeah, because I recently got a Gunfire 01 because I think that'll be a hot book in the future with whatever Gunfire HBO Max series of James Gunn if he doesn't get fired from Warner Bros. What's the deal, dude? Paramount they did like a re-bid this week,
Did
but it's
they?
the same bid. It's the same amount. I don't know. It's something weird. Like
It's the
I don't
same
know.
amount probably, but like look, it's not Saudi Arabian money, it's my dad's money now.
Cool.
Whatever it
Yeah.
is. Like stop trying to make fetch happen, Paramount. You lost. You lost. Nobody wants Paramount to have it.
Yeah.
Paramount, go do a good Star Trek show.
No,
You
they can't
know?
do it. They can't
They
do
can't.
it.
We got
Uh,
Smallville of the future.
yeah.
Small fleet.
So I
Starville?
guess, yeah, I guess so. Okay. So yeah. So here we have some. This is what he did. So he did Rise of the Apocalypse, which I remember. Angel Revelation at IDW. I don't know. Charlemagne at Defiant. Forgot about Charlemagne.
Yeah, Charlemagne,
Um,
of course. And
Ryan
before
Fallen World
Charlemagne,
at Valiant, which was later.
he did a
Loose
Chromium
Cannon.
Man, didn't he? Chromium Man.
Yeah, I believe I have a Chromium Man #1, which was like it had like a stamp on it. Wonder how much that cost, and it would tell you the number. It was literally
Yeah,
numbered,
it
but
was
it was like
numbered.
10,000. I was like, yeah, dude, like
Can you imagine 10,000 today? If you have
they
a
would
four
love to
dollar
have
comic,
10,000 a day. They would
if you
love to
have a
have
fourth,
10,000 a day.
if you have a $4 comic and you manage to sell 10,000 copies through Diamond Previews, you just made yourself $22,000.
Maybe,
Can you
maybe.
imagine making $22,000 a month?
Yeah, it's just so
So
much, there's all sorts of things. I don't know. I don't think that's a thing. Uh,
what
but
what's the thing? Making that much money in a month?
I think that money just goes. I think like the production of all of it is going to go every which way. I don't
Well,
think
no,
the
you true. Out
split's
of
going
that
to be as much.
22,000, no, you gotta. If you're a cartoonist and you're writing and drawing it, you're making 22 grand a month. You got to pay your colors probably $2,000. If you have someone else color it. So yeah, that 22 grand does get split up, but
Yeah.
still, if you can keep half of that, 10 grand a month.
Yeah, I guess the only thing that we keep like coming back to on bad idea stuff is that it has to be print And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
like it's like we're just a lot of it, a lot of the stuff that we do and go back and forth from is like maybe trying it in digital, and we're older, we're only going to buy certain paper comics and a very specific collecting
I
space.
had to borrow this. I borrowed this from Mark. They're
Oh
all
yeah,
terrible.
yeah, I
I
got
can't
that
wait
for
to
a
read it.
dollar.
You want it for a dollar? This is great. This is a beautiful book. Beautiful. I
Yeah,
love the
that's
art.
Villalobos. Who wrote that? Is that Kent? Matt Kent?
Yes. Back in Villalobos. So
Yeah,
good,
they're
dude.
always they're
So
always
good,
interesting
dude.
teams. So I don't know if this tells you, uh,
And
I
this
don't
paper
know.
is great. It's like deluxe newsprint, which is
Yeah,
our recent obsession. And it's solid.
how much is
Oh my
that? Is
goodness.
it 3.99 or 4.99? I got it for a dollar.
It's 5.99. But it's like three comics. It's thick. This is like they don't have page depth, but it feels like 48 to 60 pages.
I forgot there was Big Daddy Danger for DC. I forgot about that. Big Daddy Danger. I think it was like a miniseries. That had cool covers. It had cool design covers. But yeah, I believe that I mean, I think if I remember right, he left the industry to go do like movies and stuff,
Yes,
make
yes.
that money.
I feel like he had a shaving company at one point. He had like a razor company. Like I remember there being a YouTube video.
Wow. I think you're
Yeah.
right. That's crazy. That's crazy talk. More public domain stuff. I think a lot of people are probably working on their Superman public domain in the future, but I'm not sure if anyone's working on a Blondie and Dagwood or Nancy Drew or Betty Boop, maybe.
Listen, Betty Boop's got money. Betty
Betty
Boop
Boop's
is,
everywhere right now. I mean, my daughter
yes.
has a bunch of Betty Boop. I got her pajamas and a sweatshirt, and
So,
it was the sold out shirt in Five Below. Like they have the big wall, and I was just
yes.
like
Yeah.
getting last minute stuff and last minute stock and stuff first. And I went to that wall, and they didn't have any of the Betty Boop shirt. I'm like, wow, that was the only one that was sold out. Everything else was pretty much there.
Yeah. Speaking of the public
So
domain, there's a public domain Superman ripoff named Wonder Man. I think I briefly talked about this on the show, but I was thinking about it last night. I started working on a TikTok channel where I just show off all my chromium and foil covers and whatever weird stuff I get. It's not up yet. Don't bother going there. I mean, you can go there. I think it's at awestruck.comics. So I'll promote the show, promote the Facebook page, promote the Maniacs cards, you know. Always with the Maniacs.
oh, yeah,
But I was looking at this Wonder Comics card I have. And I was looking at the Action Comics foil cover facsimile edition. I'm like, man, I could probably make my own facsimile edition of Wonder Comics. Make it Golden Age, make a foil version, regular version. The only problem is I would have to go buy a copy of Wonder Comics #1 and scan it because
right.
the PDF that I have online sucks. Like it's not microfiche sucks.
It's not bad microbiche, but
But I remember seeing a Wonder Comics for like $1,000. Like I'm a huge Superman. Like I can't imagine spending $1,000 on a comic. I mean, I would have to resell it afterwards,
right. Yeah.
but I just really want a good scan app because Mark and I we always talk about doing all struck editions of comics, all struck edition of hardcovers. DC's doing a Superman Spider-Man crossover this month or in March, and
Yeah.
like there's no foil cover for it. Like I would do a store exclusive foil cover for that.
We'll see.
There's
Yeah, I don't know if this is the full. Oh no, I think you're right. I think the solicits are out for that.
Yeah, and I don't recall seeing a foil cover. Like why would you not do a foil cover?
But they did
Also,
foil covers for Deadpool, Batman, and Batman Dead.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. So
Huh.
maybe they just missed it. Like they missed doing a foil cover for the Spider-Man Superman Treasury Edition. Also, as a store, could you do a store exclusive Treasury sized version of that comic? Like how awesome would that?
Probably.
Who wouldn't want a Treasury edition of that? Like people, you're putting out facsimile editions of the Treasury edition. All the old heads love the Treasury edition Superman Spider-Man from 1976. Why wouldn't you make a Treasury edition of this new one?
I wonder what the rules are there. Like, like, what if you took what if you had like a sketch? What if you had like a Neil Adams sketch? You probably can't, but like, can you put anything on there? You know what I mean? Like, if you had something like to that effect.
It's a good question.
Like if you did,
It's
if like there's a young blood coming up and you have like a an old sketch and you want to put that as the cover,
I think you just need to get the
you need
approval from
permission.
Rob.
Oh yeah, that might be
That's all
right.
you need. I have Youngblood character sketches. I could easily do that.
Right.
We also have an artist, who's willing to do a Youngblood cover. We are friends with other artists who would, it's such a real thought to go down that road. We have, like, we could do. Well, first off, I have an eBay store. Other people who did Youngblood covers did it like, hey, here's my Youngblood cover, and he just sells it through eBay. But you also
Right.
have a super strong store connection. like a really strong
Hmm.
store connection. Like, could we just use his diamond account or whatever lunar account? I
Don't
don't
know.
know. It's
Don't know.
interesting. All-Star Comics people, we're the future.
Well,
You
we
ain't
just
got
want
no
we
future,
want
Jack.
we want very specific.
Very
Uh,
specific. We just want it for ourselves. But in
well,
order to get it for
I think the thing
ourselves,
is, I think when we talk about certain things, like we're like I need to check in to see what they're doing with that. Uh, how are they reprinting the Hellshock? Dynamite already did a Hellshock collection, and it was a volume two only, and I
only
don't
volume.
think
Yeah,
it was fine.
it
But
did have
nothing of volume
unpublished stuff
one.
in it.
It had no unpublished stuff.
No,
It
it
was
did.
the story. It did,
Yeah.
and it had a recoloring, right? I think it was re completely recolored by. It was recolored. It was recolored away. This was confusing to me. I think I saw it. It was recolored away from the Villa Rubia colors. Like June Chung did all the colors on the new one, if I'm not
I have to go
mistaken,
back and check.
on the Dynamite. So what are you printing now? Like the Max? Do you think that the Max Maximum editions are better than the Ruben Root colors? Like,
Um, they're technically better on some levels, but like I have a nostalgia for the Ruben Root. But
right,
the problem is, do you have the Ruben Root files? Does Ruben Root have the files?
Ruby
You
Roo,
know, I do know that Comic Craft, come on, what's his name?
Richard Starkings.
Richard Starking. Richard Starking has had files for Section Zero because he lettered that. Does
Right,
Richard Starking have a big file of every book he's ever lettered? That would be a boon.
that's possible. Yeah.
Liefeld just talked about they're working on a trade for the John Malin run of Youngblood, which is like legacy numbering 71 through 77, because
Mhm.
those Youngblood issues are impossible to find. They go for 20 to $100
Right.
between those
Oh
seven
my.
issues. And so they're working on a trade, and Liefeld said, "Oh, because Image still has the files for that. You don't? You you don't have your files for your own books?"
Well, I don't know what it is. Like, I mean, with how I have some stuff like scans or digitals or fiche and like just a bunch of old stuff, and we kind of have a shared Google Drive. Like, does the image have like a gigantic Google Drive that you can just kind of look at stuff? You know what I mean? I don't
I
know.
don't
They should.
I don't know.
They
They
should have their
should.
own server. They should have their own. Because I wonder with some of these books like that come up now, like how does that work? Like even just grabbing like the image book like I have like in front of me, right? Like this is a Maria Lovett book, right? It's a one
Right.
shot. But like when she does her art in wherever she is, I think she's in Brazil or something. I'm not really sure. But this is literally everything. It's like story and art, lettering, logo, design. Everything is her.
Mhm.
So where does this go? Was this uploaded? Like how does this work? So it's a good looking book. Good looking
It
book.
is
Pretty interesting. So
pretty
you
interesting.
pretty interesting. Pretty interesting this week. Very exciting. Dennis Camp, who is the Awestruck Book of the Year recipient,
Yes.
co-creator of the Sort of Crisis events. Um, I really wish that when this new Ultimate Universe happened, I wish they wouldn't have. I guess for sales, Hickman did a good job. I guess I just didn't care about that Ultimate Spider-Man fucking continuity. I don't care. I think everything else was interesting. I think the one shot that he did, which was like the 1 year later, 2 years in, whatever the
Mhm.
Dennis Camp was doing, Ultimate's interesting. And just because they just are out of ideas, or maybe it was always planned to be over, they're just killing this. So they're just killing this universe. Awesome. And when they announced it, how did sales go for that? How did that go for you guys? You know what I mean? Because you can't trust Marvel now. People are nervous to start a series because they know it's not going to end, or it's going to end at 5 or 10. You don't know if it's ongoing. You don't know if it's a mini. You don't fucking know.
They It's so easy to shit on Marvel, but like I was reading Joe Straczynski's 1776, which
Mm.
I like it, but I'm like, who is this artist? I don't know who this guy is. Are you telling me a miniseries by Joe Straczynski doesn't warrant someone higher
Yeah,
status?
a long time. They won't.
I don't want to. I don't
It's
want to
more
say
about they're
better.
willing to pay. It's that's the problem. Is that you could have. What if you did 1776 and you had McNiven on it, right? What if he did something
Right.
like that? Like that would make sense, right?
That would
You
make.
didn't even get a
Yeah.
McNiven fucking cover on that fucker. You know what I mean? Like McNiven won't tell me he's working on something. Well, he's working on a Batman project, right?
He's
I think
working
it
on
got
Batman.
leaked. He was working on a
He
Batman
won't.
project, but he wouldn't
Well,
tell me when I
we
saw him in
overheard it.
Baltimore.
Oh, I
Yeah.
overheard a conversation where he says, I won't say who he's talking to, but he's like, "Oh, I'm working for DC. That's great. You're working on Batman, right?" He's like, "What? No, wink."
Yeah.
But that's
He
where the
said the
money
word
is.
wink or he winked. It's tough to say.
It is
Did
tough.
he
It
literally
is.
wink? Was it a literal wink?
I'm
Uh,
paraphrasing.
but Dennis Camp, listen, you're gonna put in fucking like you're gonna put Ultimate Death Set in there, bro? That's the shit. That's the shit. And this is the Jeff Senior Death Set. The two. It's so funny. Like the death. I love Death Set in two different areas, right? I love the Simon Furman, the Jeff Senior. I think that's great because what's funny is that Death Set 2 came out, and it came out where there's name recognition for Marvel UK and Death Set. Okay. So when Death Set 2 came out, that was launching the Marvel UK line, which was launched by Paul Neary, who fucking hates that Death Set character. He fucking hates it. It was created like in spite of Death Set 1. They killed Death Set 1 amazingly violently in the first one. And then if you go to the What If later, where Simon Furman and Jeff Senior have them fight each other. And I think Death Set one wins. I think that like just it was like a revenge comic that came out
Right.
later.
Right.
It was like a respite, a backward spite comic, which is pretty funny and also a cool book. Um, and that's also in. But when that happened, they did a was it Incomplete Death Set miniseries 1 to 12. Had a lot of cool artwork on the covers. You had Gary Frank covers, you had Liam Sharp covers, you had some die cut covers. It was crazy. But it was all stories that basically were all the Marvel UK stories reprinted without Doctor Who, right? Without
Right.
Transformers. Um, but I was like, I read that when I was like, oh, this is cool. This is like it's a whole concepted thing. So to have this year kind of show up at the end, I'm like, man. And again, Dennis Camp just comes up like he just likes all these. He just has ideas. I don't know if he's ever going to run out. Like he just has like cool ideas.
Yeah.
That's really
You
cool. I
just
haven't read this yet, but I'm like, this made me really happy when I saw that he showed up. I'm like, yes. I've always hated it, and I still hate it. I hate that fucking lowercase lettering. I don't know if that was Gemus. I don't know if that was fucking Bendis. I've always fucking hated it, and
I don't get it.
I hated it when Hickman did it for did because Hickman redid the second Ultimate Universe. I don't know. I forget. I'm lost in all these Ultimate stuff. But again, this is going to be over, and who cares? You know what I mean? It's like it's
Listen,
and
I've
you just
enjoyed
imagine that
Ultimates,
they're going to
and
do
I
Ultimate. They're going to do it again. They're going to probably blow it up, and then they're going to be like Ultimates again. You know what I mean? Like it's this whole Ultimate Universe start was supposed to be with Donny Cates. That's been talked about, and then
yeah.
he got in a car accident, and then it didn't happen. So they kind of just shuffled it because they had it in the lineup, and they just kind of gave it to Hickman at the last minute. Hickman needs to talk less. Talk less. That's your 2026 because he talks a lot in like the Substacks and like he talks all his regret on like fucking up X-Men. He's like, I set it all up and then I fucking left. And I'm like, well, don't, it makes me not want to read anything because I don't know if he'll stay or I don't know if he'll stick the landing because he
I've
doesn't.
always been curious about Three Worlds, Three Moons. Like I tried to get into it, and I just wasn't in the mood for a new universe.
Yeah.
You know, you got to be in the mood for a new universe. I
Yeah,
mean,
I feel like when Remender ends, when he ends a thing, I can go back and check it out. Like Black Science I read all together and that was cool. Like,
that was
like
cool.
but I waited for and I keep trying. I tried it a couple times. I can't seem to do East of West, which is the Hickman. And I want to because I want Dragata's like wacky artwork and a
It's
long
so you got to be in the right
it's a little
mood.
too detached.
It starts off real
Remender, I can
strong.
seem to read it and be like, I'm in it. Like I like Low. You read Low all the way through.
Yeah,
It's fucking
yeah, I
awesome.
did.
But month to month, it was horrible. Month to month, it was like 4 or 5 months in between some issues, and you're just like, I have no idea what's happening.
You do forget. You're like, where are they? Are they on the surface now? Is it radiate? Like,
I don't
what's
know.
are they? You know?
Yeah. So it's
Yeah,
much
no,
better
but
when it blows when it comes together.
I would probably love to reread Fear Agent. Like, I read that monthly.
Uh, Now that I have more EC sensibilities and understand more EC stuff, yes, I don't think I got it when it came out. I don't think I
God,
got it
dude,
as well as I do now, what it
when
was doing
he
and what it was homaging.
when he launched at Dark Horse and he had what? He got a Jack Davis cover.
Yeah, yeah,
How fucking cool! And then Eric
yeah,
Powell got a Jack Davis cover too for Goon. I'm like, you guys got Jack Davis cover. Jack Davis,
yeah.
famous for working for Mad Magazine for like 60 years.
Right.
And and
famous movie covers, movie posters.
movie posters. Yeah, I remember he did like a post office stamp. Like it's just Jack Davis was awesome, and he actually did a little work for Crack Magazine early on. But what's the name? Locked him down. He's like, no more crack, Mad only.
William
William
Gaines.
Gaines. William Gaines.
You watched that Mad documentary a couple years ago, right? It's
I did
on
not.
Tubi. It's on
I
Tubi.
should, yeah, let me actually
It's
write that
good.
down right now
It's
because
good.
Mad on Tubi.
It's good on transitions. Listen, to do documentaries is kind of hard sometimes because you're literally just like, here's a 2D image. But they do some stuff where they push stuff in and they like, pre-AI, like
I
CGI,
My thing about Mad is I know everything. So I'll watch this and if I can get one new thing out of it, it's worth it.
I got a ton. I got a ton out of it. I thought there was a lot of interesting stuff in it. So, but I don't know as
I
much as you.
know,
So,
yeah,
but
I'm
no, I
really a
know what
big
you're
Mad
like
head.
because I've watched you watch the A&E comic documentaries and they're so fucking broad. And I don't give a shit what
Yes.
like Michelle Rodriguez has to say about it because she was in some ancillary Marvel property at some point. I don't give a
Right.
shit. So they just take these interview clips from things. I'm fine with you taking interview clips of people that are dead. That's cool. That's fine by me. You know what I mean? But like it usually is in conjunction with some type of new thing. So it literally dates that immediately. It's like, oh, this is when Spider-Man 2 came out. This is when, you know what I mean? Like you can feel it because they have a ton of clips for that. So those A&E, they don't do too many of those anymore, but no good. Um, well, that's it. That's all my news for the week. I don't know if you have anything else you want to plug.
The only thing I even that popped out at me was I saw a thing that I guess Disney's doing a new Power Ranger show, but like they're trying to take it quote unquote serious. And that's interesting to me because like I like Power Rangers, but I never really watched Power Rangers. You know what I mean? You ever be a fan of
Right.
something and you just don't actually watch it? Like I like the idea of Power Rangers. I actually saw the two movies in the theater and maybe watched like three episodes of the show. Like it's just the show doesn't appeal to
Yeah, it
me,
doesn't.
but the
Right.
idea does.
I didn't watch the new movie. The new movie was supposed to be okay, but wasn't
It
there
is
like a
okay.
Power
Oh
Rangers
yeah.
like future thing with that came out? It was like Katie Sackhoff was in it. Does that sound right?
Wasn't there was something like
There
was
was
there
like
like
a
a fan
there
thing?
was like a pilot. Yeah, it was like a concept trailer, but it was like 20 minutes long or something like that. It was like a short film.
Years ago. This is probably Milligan was working for Dynamite at one point, maybe 15 years ago. He was working for Dynamic Forces. And Nick Barucci came up to him and he's like, "What?" He's like, What good comics what comics should I go after?" And Milligan brought it up to me. And I'm like, Power Rangers? Like I think
Yeah.
Boom was about to get it, but I'm like, no, he should go fight for Power Rangers. Get Power Rangers. Actually, it wasn't
Yeah.
even Boom. It was a different company had it. Like that wasn't Boom. It wasn't anyone big. And it was like some weird comic company I never heard of. And I'm like, no, he needs to go fight for that. Get that. I said, and what you do is you basically do Power Rangers Dark Knight. Where are these kids 30 years, or at that point, 15, 20 years after the show
Right.
ends?
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I
that's
think
a
that's
really
what that
interesting
concept
story.
trailer did. I think that's what that did.
Yes. And I
Yeah.
think, and then Boom did get the license and it blew up. Like it went crazy. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
they did
see,
it did well for them. I think it's still doing well for them.
well, you had Higgins doing some of it. You had some Dan Moore stuff. Dan Moore is a huge Power Rangers fan.
Yeah, he started in there. Yeah. I never saw there was a crossover that was it Turtles? Was it that Mora
Turtles
drew?
Power Rangers, yeah. Wasn't there a Justice League
Jeez.
Power Rangers too?
I think so. I think Mora did the Turtles Power Rangers, so I think that'd be interesting to look at. You know,
Yeah.
I want to eventually do either on this channel or my Instagram. Like, I want to go through the Jorge Jimenez Batman evolution because he's drawn Batman in Justice League a couple event like one shots. Like, go through and see how he's drawn Batman through to his newest Batman iteration. Because he did a style change when it went from Tinian um to Zarsky and now to Fraction. He's drawn three runs of Batman proper, and every single time has a different logo. The logo,
Mhm.
second logo he created, third logo he created, costume he created on the third. Second one I think he might have had influence, but it's just like it's crazy. But what's funny is that recently there was something talked about, and he said something. He's like, "Oh, I'm back drawing Superman," and I'm like, he loves Superman. He loves drawing Superman, and it's funny because like you know, we like him drawing Superman, but I feel like he's so Batmaned in right now. Like
Yeah.
The Batman like comic right now, uh, is a lot. It's a lot for him. Good.
And it's a shame that like if you want to make money at DC, it's like draw Batman.
Draw
You
Batman.
know, look at Daniel Warren Johnson's agent was like, you got to draw Batman. You got to draw Batman. You got to draw Batman.
Well,
You know
he's
what I
got the
mean?
second print of yeah, I think the second print. I think they might even be doing a third print probably of that annual. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's just printing money. And what's
Yeah.
so crazy about that to me is funny is like he gave like the guy who helped him like inspire him to do comics like James Harren and every article I read about like that they're like, "Oh, and that backup's really boring." And I'm like, "That's the guy. If there wasn't for James Harren, there wouldn't be Daniel Warren Johnson." And I like it, the backstory, but yeah, I do get it, like the front story. So, you know. really
it's so
jumped ahead,
brutal.
really
Yeah.
surpassed, so but plugs. Oh, you know what? Let me do. I didn't go to your thing real fast. Give me
Ba-da,
1 second.
ba-da.
I don't know. All right, so here's your Twitter X. Jump back to the conversation in a minute. But here's your Twitter X. There's your over underappreciated plug, 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 plug.
I plugged it, dude. And
That's a
113
fun,
people looked at it.
yeah.
Is that fun? That was a J Comics Jimmy J cover. Jimmy J got
Mm.
Liefeld to do this cover. It's cool. It's neat. He's like, it looks like Liefeld colored himself, which is cool. Liefeld is a decent colorist. He's actually pretty good at watercolors. Um,
This can digital colors. You think or oh
he can do that too.
right.
This is fun.
Oh,
Somebody
that's
posted like, I hate this version of Die Hard, and I'm like, all right, I didn't love it, but like, I have a head canon of like different Die Hards. It's a cool cover. I like when Derek Donovan took over. There's things I love and don't love about this run. Did you read Joe Casey's run?
no. I never read this one, but I'm trying to think who he looks like. He looks like Derek a coin. Is that guy's name? A Quan?
That's who he is. Derek Donovan is Derek Coin.
What? I don't think I
He
knew that.
Derek
That's
Coin.
really weird. I never knew that.
Yeah,
Who
he
was he?
changed
Who
his
was he?
name.
Who was he? Gabriel Gecko and Gabriel Hardman. Like I'm like I need to change that. Derek
Uh,
Coin. No one knows who that
I feel
is.
like
That's so funny.
it's a personal reason. You know, it's about
Oh, okay.
like not getting along with his dad.
That's so
So
funny. Like this guy looks a lot like Derek Coin. Okay. It is. Okay.
it is.
Sorry. That's really funny.
Yeah,
Well, there you go.
it's a good run. Derek
Well, that makes
Donovan
more sense
drew.
because they worked together on whatever Casey book was, Superman or I forget. He did one of the books. I forget which one it was, action or I don't remember which one he did. But there's a couple issues that a coin drew with Casey on that. So
Right. So yeah, it's a good run. It lasts about 8 issues. The sales went down pretty quickly. It's a Joe Casey comic, so it's like good, but it's not like great. The ideas are good. The dialogue's good. It's just not big enough. But it's a shame because like there's an unpublished issue. What happens is you get 8 issues, the sales are going down. Liefeld comes in, say, hey, I'm gonna take it over. And the sales go way up. But Liefeld only does like an issue and a half.
mm,
And it's crazy because the sales did go way up. But Derek Donovan still wanted to keep drawing the book, but he was getting later. And I think that's one of the reasons Liefeld jumped in because Derek Donovan was behind schedule. They had a fill-in issue plan with David Messina, which is gorgeous. I've seen like 5 or 6 pages from that. Joe Casey actually put some of those pages in one of his books where he was doing like a comic, but also he's doing a history of his working comics. And he talks all about this. I don't love Cougar's face looking more like a cat.
oh yeah.
That's just me. Um,
Yeah, that's like the Tigra argument because I feel like Tigra it was just like a hot chick, right? And then I think
yes.
like there's a bunch of issues of like Avengers Spotlight or Solo Avengers or whatever the hell it was called at the time. And there's like a Steve Little cover where she's like completely, and some of the Marvel Comics presents she's like a completely like cat head. You're like, what the fuck? Like it's like you got to make a decision. You got to figure it out.
I don't mind becoming feral in a fight and looking more cat-like.
Who's this? Is that it's like not Vogue? Like it's like I don't know who I'm drawing there just
Oh,
yet.
that's the daughter of Star Hunter. Star Hunter is Alan Moore's Martian Manhunter motif. That's his archetype, Martian Manhunter. Star Star Hunter? I don't know if that's right.
I don't know.
Anyway, the character's in. He's in awesome. He just shows up in flashbacks in Supreme, and he has one solo story in Judgment Day Aftermath. He's got a solo story, and this is his daughter, and she doesn't even show up to like issue 7 or 8. And then Star Hunter shows up in the unpublished issue, which looks phenomenal, and then we don't get that unpublished issue.
Yeah, that's what you said. I think the yearbook idea would be good for that. Is like you have a yearbook, maybe a new main story, and then you have a backup of something that's just lost. Like
Yeah, you know what it
there's a
is.
lot of lost media, a lot of lost.
What my idea is to do a series of Youngblood yearbooks, but post date them. Like this is Youngblood yearbook 2009, where it's the final chapter or two of Joe
Predate.
Casey's run.
I don't know what you call that.
Here's I don't know.
It's kind of like the
Here's
images of
Youngblood.
tomorrow, where they're like they literally dated it to when it was supposed to publish. But
Yes,
some of those series never get there. Did Bloodstrike ever get to 25?
none of the no Bloodstrike got to like
Or
well
Stormwatch? Stormwatch went
the
to 25. How much
Stormwatch
got
got to
there?
25. Stormwatch is the only one that did it right.
Did they reprint
Yes,
25 when they came out? They did, right? I
they
think
did
that's right.
reprint it
Yeah.
because they reprinted it and they had to change like one character. They had a character in it called like the Fiend or the Freak, and Larson's like, I got a character called the Freak. So
Yeah.
like when they reprinted it, they changed the character's name to something
Oh,
else.
that's interesting. I have to look at that. Just in words, right? They didn't have to
Just
redraw them
just
or
in
anything.
words. Yeah, they don't draw or anything.
That's funny.
Um, but yeah, Brigade didn't make it. Brigade actually got to like issue 22,
Yeah, it was close.
and
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
we didn't get it.
Their maximum.
But one of the things I love, yeah, it's because right, Image went to Maximum Press. One of the things I love about that is that when Image of Tomorrow Brigade 25 came out, it was like Brigade number 11. So the following month, they solicited Brigade number 12 and Brigade number 26. Like they were going to continue Brigade in
Oh,
this
that's right.
future,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
which which just would have been awesome. There's a like what FIFA did with Bloodstrike Brutalist. I have some ideas that I could do with Brigade. Like fill in those Brigade issues, but also do issue 26. Like there's some neat stuff there. Also, FIFA, I would love for him to do a sequel to Bloodstrike Brutalist because you could do like a Bloodstrike 26, because 25, ends on like kind of a cliffhanger. I think
I
Bloodstrike's about to fight a giant Catellan monster named
FIFA has
Arnage.
he has no um plans right now, as far as we know.
We don't know his plans, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But in conversations with him, he said he loved doing Bloodstrike so much, he wished he would have not done G.I. Joe and would have continued doing Bloodstrike. That's what he
Well,
would
you're
have
taking
preferred
your
to do.
paycheck, man. You're taking, I imagine the G.I. Joe paycheck's probably pretty good. You know what I mean? Like it's probably
It didn't move the needle compared to Bloodstrike.
uh
And Bloodstrike made Cobra sales double. And G.I. Joe didn't move the needle for Bloodstrike.
that's
Well, the thing
crazy.
was, he pitched G.I. Joe first, and they just didn't get back to him. He's like, well, since they're not getting back to me, I'll do Bloodstrike. Liefeld approves it right away. The first piece of art he shows me, he's like, yeah, do it. Liefeld's
Hmm.
totally in on it. So while he's doing Bloodstrike, that's when, I guess because Bloodstrike was so popular, that's when IDW and Hasbro were like, yeah, you can do your G.I. Joe. And he was
Well,
like, crap, my heart's not in it, but I committed to it.
right, right, right. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
Um,
so back to
yeah,
Twitter.
it's dope.
I'm in the middle of the Joe Casey run. It's cool. This was a print he put out before issue one. This was never used as a cover. Unless they use it for the trade, I'm not positive.
200. Should look it up, see what it is. You know what's funny? I was looking through. I got some Cyberforce recent issues, and I was looking through, and they had like a Cyberforce striker statue, and he's like leaning forward and pretty cool looking. I looked up, I'm like, well, how much does anyone have this out there? It's like there was like 200, and I look it up, and it's
Yeah,
like $170. I'm like, there's one for 129. I'm like, no, like I don't know what my breaking point would be. 60? I don't know. Like, you know what I
striker,
mean?
striker.
Striker. Um, I don't know. Like, and then it puts you into like the legendary hero stuff. You're like, you want to buy this? Then they popped up like, you want to buy was it Playmates Savage Dragon? Is that
Playmate
right?
Savage Dragon. Yeah,
Playmates Savage Dragon. It was like, and then
it was the
McFarlane did
same
one, the
line.
10th anniversary one, and then he looked too top heavy. He looked didn't look good. I think
They had little ones too, right?
I feel like that the McFarlane 10-year one was
Yeah,
like the designer was like Capullo or something. I think Capullo did the designs for that. It looked too different. It wasn't Larson's. So I want to see what they're going to do with the 30th year, like whatever they're doing
yeah.
now.
It was a little too top heavy. The Larson 10th anniversary.
And it was
McFarlane did a
dirty.
good.
Like I think he was all
McFarlane did
kind
a
of like
good. He did a good
gray.
Super Patriot toy.
Uh, yeah, that was early. That was his early.
That was
That
early
was
though.
with the same run as the Bad Rock, because the Bad Rock was the like the Youngblood like six design. Is that right?
Yeah,
Or past that?
yeah. No, correct. No, number six.
Yeah, that was dope. That's a good sign. Dope. Um, I don't know if I
No, this is
see.
interesting. He chose this. This is they use it as a variant cover for Wizard World Chicago for Youngblood Imperial One, but this is artist art, and he's got a really cool style. And they're like, hey, we do this Youngblood zombie cover, and then they were actually going to do a Youngblood zombie comic. So the next page you can see he actually's got a page done, and it's Doc Rocket, and who knows what's going on.
Is this
But
that
then he
same guy?
doesn't. Yeah, that's the same guy, Nar. But like he ends up not doing the comic. He just kind of flakes, which sucks because I guess he makes all his money doing like sketch cards. Like that's his main source of income. So
pretty clean.
I don't know.
It's pretty clean pencils.
No, it's pretty good.
It's
Like I
cleaner
would have liked to have.
than this. Like I feel like this is, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, look, to me, it reminds me. I thought it was Kyle Hotz when I saw the thumbnail because it feels like that, and that's fine. Good. You know what I mean? Like do that. We need more of that.
Yes.
What was I looking up yesterday? Oh, I was looking up something and I saw John Stewart and I was like, Mosaic. I was like, I tried to look for as in Green Lantern Mosaic. That series was like I think 12 to 18 issues. It was Cully Hamner, maybe Gerard Jones, maybe because it was Gerard Jones. Gerard Jones is a convicted pedophile. Um,
And there. No, go on.
it's not on the DC app. So I looked on, looked around for it a little bit, and then I came across that there was a Mosaic series by Sirius, not Satellite Radio, Sirius, who made like Cry for Dawn and stuff like that. And there was a 4 or 5 issue miniseries called Mosaic by Kyle Hotz in like the 90s, like 99. I don't remember this at all. And I was like, oh man. So I'm trying to that's
Yes,
gotta
I
put that on the list. I don't remember that
yeah,
at all. I don't remember that at all.
that's cool. That's Mike Caprati. Mike Caprati is a friend of mine. He actually worked at UPS briefly. He was an assistant at my friend Dexter Weeks' art studio when he was
2K8.
2K8. That's a good sampler. You ever come across that?
No,
Get it.
I've
Get it.
never
It's got
seen
some
that.
got some unpublished stuff in it.
Do it. Do it.
Yeah, Mike Caprati, super talent. He ended up doing a what did he do for Liefeld? A bunch of Deadpool covers. He painted over Liefeld's
Okay.
pencils.
Right. That makes sense.
But
Makes sense.
he's in the gaming industry now. He does video game covers and stuff. So that's where the money's at.
Get that money. Get that
Sure,
money.
sure. Nice guy.
So, but that's it. I have nothing to plug. I got to put some stuff on my Instagram. I don't know. I haven't put anything on it. So, but everyone get to like, comment, subscribe, get it out. Everybody take care of everybody. A happy new year. 2026 will be very exciting year. Lots of things, lots of different initiatives we were trying to put in on ourselves. Put upon ourselves, put upon,
Something. Put a
something
bomb.
like that. Something like put upon, wish upon.
A
But
start.
everyone have a great week. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Have your mom and grandmom subscribe, and that would be great. So thank you all. See ya
Peace.
real soon.